All right, folks, what is going on? It's episode 375 of the First and Frame Rate Show. We're moving right along. We're getting closer to 425 away. Hopefully, everything goes smooth and everything goes well to make it to 400. But it all depends on you guys. If you guys make this go, you guys keep supporting, I promise you we'll get there. And from the looks of things, the last few episodes, still doing great. Good numbers on both ends, the audio and the visual side. I can't thank you guys enough. If this is your first time here, welcome to the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgis Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. It's kind of like the opposite like it was last month. Last month, we talked a lot about Atlanta Falcons football, but this time it's pretty much flipped. Now we're talking more Georgia Southern stuff. So Atlanta stuff is going to be on the back burner. We'll get to that eventually. But right now, we're going to talk about this record. It's very early. I've been talking about this for a while, but it's still early. I want to know, is 8-4 obtainable? Is this really attainable for Georgia Southern football this year? 2022 schedule is up. We already know who we'll be playing and when we're going to be playing. And there's a lot of expectations with this team. I personally put high expectations on this team. And it's going to be really interesting to see if they can get to those. Before I get into that, I want to let you guys know, for the guys who are the first time here, I am on Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts if you want to listen to the audio side of things. Or you can just listen to watch on YouTube or Rumble. So those are the areas that I am on. So if you guys want to check it out, that'd be a good place to subscribe and listen to this commentary. All right. 2022 schedule's been out for a while now, and I've had it on my desktop. It's basically on my desktop on all three of my monitors. So over here we basically talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons is on my home screen, and on the desktop is on the Georgia Southern stuff is on my desktop. And this is what we do over here. And we're going to talk and see if this team can make it to 8-4. I said this from the beginning. I'm going to stick by it. I'm going to give you a little bit of method to my madness. I don't know everything ins and out of these teams that we're going to be talking about, but I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what I think is going to be wins and losses, because now this time of the season, people are starting to talk about, okay, how good this team is. Are they better than last year? Can they go up against, different competition now, since we're playing against basically 3 out of the 4 new members of the Sun Belt. We're playing against James Madison, Old Dominion, and Marshall. And on top of that, we're also going to be playing Nebraska, UAB, and Ball State. Basically our first 4 games are out of conference. Conference play starts on October 1st against Coastal Carolina. And really, you want to basically win out in the conference. I mean, you do that, you're probably going to be playing the conference title game. I personally don't think that's realistic right now. I don't think we're going to go 8-0 in the conference and end up losing the first 4 games. I don't see that. We're going to run down this September 3rd, Morgan State at Paulson. I see us winning that game. I think it's going to be a test to see how well this team is and give us a little warm-up for Nebraska. But I feel that that's definitely going to be a W. I don't see where that's going to be a loss. Now, last year we played against Gardner-Webb, and we barely beat Gardner-Webb by, our Georgia Southern standards. And the game before that, we played against Campbell, and we won by 1 game. So with this team the way it is, I don't think it's going to be a third time's not going to be a charm. I think we're going to be in a position to handily beat Morgan State. By how much, I don't know, but I think we're going to get the W there. September 10th, I've marked this game on, everything. I marked this game on everything I can that's on the calendar that I can find. Nebraska at Lincoln, Nebraska. We're going to be playing them. We're going up there. I think this is a very winnable game. I feel that Nebraska is still on a downward, trend. I don't think they have the talent. Don't get me wrong, I think they have talent, but I don't think they have the talent to overwhelm us. And if this game is close, I think we're going to be able to, sneak a win right there. So I'm looking at a win here. Now, with the UAB game, I can possibly see that as a loss. And I will also say that one of these 2 games could be a win-loss. You could flip UAB or Nebraska, either one. But I think we can get Nebraska. I just, something, the gut feeling telling me I think we got a chance of really smacking them in the mouth. giving them a wake up call. Let them know that they haven't risen from the dead yet because they haven't been relevant in a long time. So I feel like that's the game that we can get. UAB, that may be our first loss of the season. I don't know, it's just something about UAB. I think that team is just going to be a little bit more physical than us. Nebraska also has the chance to be more physical than us, but I think UAB is going to be the game that we're probably going to surf our first loss. We go back to Ball State. When we come back to Paulson and play Ball State, I think that's a W. This is a game I want to attend. I want to attend this game because I think it'd be pretty cool to see a team like Ball State come to Paulson. I think that's pretty dope. I think that's pretty cool, and I think that's going to be a W. So right now we're basically sitting at 3-1 as of right now. Like I said, the interchangeable wins with Nebraska UAB. I'm leaning towards winning against Nebraska. 3-1 so far. Going to Coastal Carolina, going to Conway, South Carolina. I want to win this game very badly, but I cannot deny I have to give Coastal Carolina some respect. I got to give them respect because they have built a pretty good program over there. They won some games against some Power 5 opponents. I think this is a game that we may come up short in Conway. If this was in Paulson, it would be different. So I think that we're going to end up losing that game. So that makes it 3-2. So Georgia State, I think we're going to win that game. We're going to go to Paulson North. We're going to win that game. At point blank period, I'm not even want to talk about it. We're going to beat that game. We're going to win that game with this new offense, this new personnel. I don't want to hear about it. So that makes it 4-2. James Madison, I think James Madison may be a year or two away. 4-2. Old Dominion, I'm a little skeptical about this game. I think we can get that win, but I'm not sure. Old Dominion may be another team that's a year away because they're moving up from the FCS to the FBS, but it's Old Dominion and we're playing at Old Dominion. So that's a iffy, but I think we'll squeak that one out. Either way, I think we'll be able to squeak that one out. So that makes us what? 4, 5, and 2. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. So that makes us what? 6-2? Yeah, that makes us 6-2. So the only losses we have right now, the Nebraska, UAB, and Coastal Carolina. So that makes us 6-2. Going to South Alabama, I think that South Alabama's coming to us. It's going to be a revenge game. Jake Bentley torched us last year because we didn't have our secondary intact. I hope that everybody still be intact. Them coming to Paulson, I think the power of Paulson will prevail. We'll win that game. That makes us 7-2. Now, this is where things are going to get a little bit tricky. The last 3 games, I see us going 1-2 in these games. I can see us possibly losing against Louisiana and Marshall. I'm not ready to concede and say we're going to lose to Appalachian State. So if we're going to lose, that going 1-2, it's probably going to be against Louisiana and Marshall. So I've heard that Louisiana lost a lot of players. I heard they lost a lot of players and they're kind of in rebuild mode and they don't have that many transfers coming to their team. So that could be a win in Louisiana. I don't know. But I see us losing to Louisiana, gut feeling. We lose to Louisiana. I think the Marshall game may be a game that Marshall may sneak up on us and beat us in Paulson. But I don't see us losing against Appalachian State at Paulson. I don't see that. Not this year. I don't see it. Last time they won the last 2 or something like that. And the last time they beat us in Paulson, Justin Tomlin was on fire until he messed up his ankle, and that was the end of that game. But we were up 14-0 and we were unstoppable. Injuries are injuries. It's a part of the game. We thought, another guy could come in and make things happen, but it just wasn't the case. And the game last year, we were just overwhelmed. So Appalachian State beat us on that one. But I feel at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to have an injury issue this year. I think most of the guys are being intact. I think we don't want to put injuries on anybody, but realistically, we may have a couple injuries here and there. It happens. That's football. But I don't think it's going to be nowhere near the amount that we had last year. We had a lot of guys that was really messed up. And I don't think that's going to happen this season. So we'll be ready for Appalachian State in Paulson. I think the power of Paulson will prevail. I would like to say the power of Paulson will prevail against Marshall as well. So that kind of puts us at 9-3 if that's the case. But I did say 8-4. So if anything, the fact that I think we'll win all our home games, I am willing to swap the Marshall win and give a Old Dominion loss. So I'll give us, us winning all 6 games at home, and then we turn around and beat Nebraska, and we beat Georgia State. So that gives us 8 wins. Or flip flop, we beat UAB and beat Georgia State. That gives us 8 wins. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. Run it down one more time before I give you my last thoughts and opinions about everything. Morgan State W. I'm still going to stick with the Nebraska game. That's a W. UAB, we lose that game. Then we beat Ball State. That gives us a 3-1 record. Coastal Carolina, that gives us a 3-2 record. We go on a 2-game winning streak, and we end up beating Georgia State and James Madison. That gives us 5-2. I will concede the Old Dominion game. We may lose that one. That'll be 6-3. South Alabama, we win that 6-4. No, I'm sorry. 6. You know what? I'm confused. Let's do this one more time. Morgan State, win. Nebraska, win. UAB, that's a win. That's a loss. That's 2-1. Ball State, 3-1. Coastal Carolina, 3-2. Georgia State, 4-2. James Madison, 5-2. Old Dominion, 5-3. South Alabama, 6-3. Louisiana, 6-4. And we win the last 2 against Marshall and Appalachian State, 7-4, 8-4. I almost confused myself, but I think that's how we're gonna rock. Come here, baby. Come here. My son is here, everybody. I want to say hello to my son. Come on. Hey.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That's a person.
Yep.
That's Kenna.
Yep.
What's that?
That's an eagle.
That's yours?
Yep, that's yours. Yep. So my son is here, and we're gonna just pretty much try to wrap it up on here. If you guys like this commentary, hit the like button. Comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Share this commentary, share this podcast. And if you want to subscribe, all the links are down in the description. I advise you guys to subscribe to more than one. Go ahead and do that. Do one of them, because one of the podcast avenues may be down. So if one's down, you'll be able to subscribe to the next. And I think that'll be a good idea. Hopefully you like this. I didn't want to keep you guys too long. I just wanted to talk about the schedule, and it's 8-4, really attainable. And that's the way I look at it. I think it's really attainable because we basically win all of our home games, and we end up beating Nebraska or UAB, but I think Nebraska will beat them and beat Georgia State. So that gives us an 8-4 season. Going to a bowl game, I don't want to go that far just yet, but we'll see how it goes. You gonna take my shades?
Okay.
All right. So my son took my shades, and that's pretty much gonna be it. All right, y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. My son basically took over the show, and we're gonna get up out of here. I'll see you well. All right, y'all. Y'all guys take it easy, and y'all be blessed. All right, y'all. Peace.
Ta-da.
Tell everybody bye.